So let's talk about acquiring the high-ticket mindset for a few minutes. This is where it all starts. I imagine that you're a heart-centered, mission-driven kind of person with an expertise that you know well and that you're good at, and you love helping people make positive changes in their lives. So if you're not selling high-ticket offers in your coaching or consulting or your small business, the first question you need to ask yourself is, why aren't you? Why aren't you selling $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 offers? This is where we really need to get down to the bare metal of your psyche and be honest with yourself. This is not an easy thing to do, but it's an important thing to do. Could it be that you have no idea where to start? Maybe you feel unsure of how to package or price or present a high-end offer. Maybe it could be that you're afraid you're going to feel awkward, that you're going to struggle with finding the right words, or maybe you'll feel a little sheepish and not feel worthy to be asking for more money. Maybe you're questioning if you're offering enough value to justify it. But on the other hand, maybe it just frustrates the heck out of you to see people in your field making more money than you, but whose stuff you know is not as good as yours. Perhaps you just feel deep in your gut that you are meant for more than what you're currently getting, and you just need a game plan or a roadmap to follow. Whatever it is, my friend, I have some good news and I have some bad news. Now, whenever I hear anybody say that to me, I like to get the bad news out of the way first, so let's do that. I don't care what programs that you've tried in the past. I don't care what lead flow system you're currently using. I don't care what techniques or strategies that you try to implement. You're not going to get anywhere until you first make changes to what's in here. If your financial blueprint is not set for a higher level of success, nothing you learn, nothing you know, nothing you do is going to make much of a difference. Nothing will change in your material world until things first change in your mental world. It's so easy to fall into this scarcity mentality where we start to believe that there's only so much out there for us. There's only so much to go around, and if you get more, that means less for me. So we keep playing small, and we keep thinking that we can't charge too much because people won't pay it. Well, I'm here to tell you it's just not true. But until you fix the inner game, your outer game will never change. In other words, if we're going to see more fruits of our labors, we need to first start with the roots of our mindset. There's no way to get out of this or to get around this. We have to go directly through. And it has to be an inside-out process. So here's the good news. Whether we know it or not, we all have a financial thermostat in our minds. And it functions much like the thermostat in your home. The only way to change that temperature in your home is to reset your thermostat. And the only way to change your financial situation is to first change your financial thermostat. Merely wishing for it to change does not do any good. It's got to be reset. So the good news is you can reset it. And this is why I call it acquiring the high-ticket mindset, because you can truly acquire it if you have the right tools to make those mental changes. And, I don't care where you've been. I don't care what your current circumstances are or what you're earning today. You'll be blown away with what's possible in your business and in your life when you first acquire that high-ticket mindset. And then you go out and start making high-ticket offers. I've worked with people who could never have imagined what they could do in such a short period of time, growing their business beyond their wildest dreams to levels that they never thought possible. Look, there's always going to be people who cannot or won't pay you, no matter how little you charge. And there's always going to be people who can or will pay you, no matter how much you charge. You can always find people willing to pay big money for a transformation that they desperately want or need. So whether you want to earn mid or high six figures or even into the seven figures in gross revenue or even in personal income, whether your goal is to build $1 million or a multi-million-dollar 7 or 8 figure business, I have done all the above, starting with nothing, with no money, with no connections, no handouts, nothing. But it can be done. And my goal now is to help shorten your learning curve in that process, you'll be amazed how far you can come in just a matter of a few weeks or months. And what you're going to find is that as your business and your personal income grows, you grow. And it eventually stops becoming about the money, and it starts to become more about the contribution that you're making in the world and how you are impacting people's lives. Because when you do that at a high level, believe me, you'll be earning all the money you ever need and then some. Look, it's time to let go of these myths about selling. It's time to understand that when it's done right, you're going to come into a deep understanding that sales is really about helping people, and it's really about serving. And once you get there, you'll start to love to sell, and the money will begin to flow, and you will begin to live a truly abundant life. And when we shift to that abundance mentality where there's plenty out there for all of us, enough for everybody to win, that's when everything starts to change. And, in fact, the great lecturer and philosopher, Ralph Waldo Emerson, he once said, "The mind once stretched by a new idea never returns to its original dimensions." And I have found this to be so true. Once you achieve a certain level of success in any aspect of your life, not just the financial, your mind, once it's been stretched, you just can't think smaller than that new level anymore. So it's time for you to blast through your doubts and your fears and your limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. It's time to get out of your own way. Let's confidently raise your prices, create your high-ticket offers, and then let's just go out and serve people like crazy. The right people, your ideal dream clients who you enjoy working with, who you admire, and who you love interacting with. But just remember one thing, money in and of itself won't bring you happiness. Money is only going to make you more of what you already are. But it's been my experience that when good people make great money, amazing things happen. So let's make that happen for you. You can do this.